His knockout of Maurice Harris. Now Izon gets a right hand across and lands a right hand solidly as Jefferson tries to unleash his left.
You can always land straight shots against him.
Continues to gain the initiative in there.
Derek Jefferson. Jim, I got to tell you, I hate to say this to George, but I keep saying the same thing Larry called in round 3. Combinations, combinations, and more combinations. Derek Jefferson winning it with real beautiful combination punching.
Hard uppercut by Jefferson, snaps Izon's head back, and Izon stops punching for the moment. Jefferson trying to attack with the left hook. Hard right hand shot to the body.
Break.
That right. This guy's throwing big hooks, but a lot of them are with the side of the gloves, and they only sting a little bit.
You're hard-pressed to convince the layman there's any safety zone in there.
There is a safety zone. There's a safety zone.
Even with all these fireworks, huh?
Yep. Those shots hurt.
Yeah, Izon may be hurt now.
David Izon's body has never hit the canvas. David Tua got a TKO against him. Izon was still standing. Same with Grant. This is available for a stoppage anytime. Izon is maybe too brave, maybe too crazy to go down. But Jefferson is sledgehammering him there, and Arthur McCanny Jr. is getting a close look.
Jefferson looked at referee Arthur McCanny Jr. saying to him in effect, why don't you stop this slaughter? And the fight should be stopped. David Izon is just taking too much punishment.
And now Jefferson tires from wearing Izon out with the assault and comes back. Izon landing a left that backs Jefferson up. Too courageous performance from the former Nigerian amateur star. Another big left hook by Jefferson. And Jefferson just bombing away as he tries to finish Izon off again.
But they're in the same condition. That's why the referee is not coming to the rescue. One is tired almost to drop, and the other is being beaten down. Stay out of the hooking match.
And Jefferson goes down from sheer exhaustion. Second time in his career that Jefferson's been knocked down. He's in trouble here.
Did you see a punch? I didn't see a punch.
No. He's completely dominated the fight, but he's out on his feet from exhaustion. And Izon's got a shot.
Oh, but the good body punching that Jefferson was able to land early on takes the power away from Izon as well.
Jefferson needs to stand up 7 more seconds to make it out of the round. Izon knocks his mouthpiece out, and the bell saves Jefferson at the end of the round as he lands a shot on McCanty Jr.
Let me give the props to referee and to the corner. They were right about Izon.
Meanwhile, you heard Jefferson's corner tell him he's got 1 round to go, and of course he's got 2, and McCanty stops the fight. Upset victory for Izon in a fight in which he had been thoroughly dominated as Derek Jefferson dramatically runs out.
Left hand drops. Peterson, the counter left hand from Rios.
Shift subtly. Rios got inside and put a lot more pressure on Acosta. Then in round 6, Rios would score the first of 3 knockdowns in this fight.
And a good exchange here, and down goes Acosta.
The 9th round turned into a special round, perhaps a round of the year candidate, but it took its toll on champion Miguel Acosta. And by the 10th round, the Rios pressure was simply too much for him. He would send Acosta down, and this fight would be over. This fight, doing what we had seen him do in so many other wins before, boxing effectively and landing big counter punches. Then in round 5, things began to shift subtly. Rios got inside and put a lot more pressure on Acosta. Then in round 6, Rios would score the...
Robert, ¿no? Que lo que le ha gustado, que más y más le ha enseñado a trabajar el cuerpo.
Mira cómo lo está trabajando el cuerpo ahí. El mismo estilo de Tomás Díaz, te fijas, los dos lados del cuerpo, los uppercuts. y me va a sorprender si sigue llevando ese tipo de castigo. El referee le va a parar o si no su esquina lo va a proteger y va. Ahí se acabó. Bien lo dije, se acaba la pelea. Excelente victoria para Carlos Ríos.
Bam, bam, así se acabó.
Federación Norteamericana de Boxeo for the winner by way of technical knockout. And now, the NABF lightweight champion, Bam Bam.
Whether you like Jeff or not, and there are those that put their hand up for both, I think this is a perfect match because Jeff's the fiery one. He'll get Big Daddy going. Lucas is a very quietly spoken, well-mannered. It takes a bit to fire him up, and Jeff can provide that.
Well, Jeff's going to add a lot of value to Lucas Brown. I mean, I've trained with Jeff before, and you know, he knows how to get a man fit in and knows how to work and get the heart rate up. So as a result, for the first fight, Lucas Big Daddy Brown is looking trimmer. He's a bit more patient. And let's see over the rounds what ring generalship has been added to his arsenal. But Jeff Fenech certainly won't hurt.
Yeah, nice from Brown.
Just a little wink there from Welliver.
Welliver, 400 professional rounds, has never been stopped, or dropped, should I say. Has never been knocked out or knocked down.
Interesting statistic.
So if you can achieve that, you're doing something. And we heard Jeff earlier comparing Lucas Brown's punching power to that of Iron Mike Tyson. That's something special.
Oh, that's a big statement.
Last couple of seconds of the opening round. Back to the corners we go after 3 minutes.
Lucas, breathe. One punch is not enough, right? And that's just put his hand in, just push him off. As soon as you push him off, you punch. Bump and punch, don't let him lean on you. And look, Lucas, you're staying in the middle, right? You go side as you look. Just stay, use your body, don't stay in the middle for him. Give him an angle chair. Feel good? Yeah.
Fucking headbutted me 4 times already.
But Lucas, you can see he's coming here. What I tell you, just bring him on the uppercut. As soon as you see him leaning, bring him uppercut, bring him on the uppercut.
Jeff Fenech telling Big Daddy Brown not to stay inside, and I tend to agree, but nice work there from Lucas Brown. Just touching him with the right hand and collecting some punches in return.
He's streamlined since previous bouts. Lucas Big Daddy Brown, he fought Andrei Rudenko in August of this year over in Wolverhampton in the UK. He weighed in at 119.3. He weighed in at 116.8. So just another 3 kilos or thereabouts off this giant chassis of his.
Yeah, they're both big boys, and Lucas doesn't want to let Welliver lean on him because to push him off would take a lot of energy.
Only had one fight in 18 months, Chauncey. That was February of this year. Now the opportunities, if they do present themselves, are going to come a little later. Nice right hand from Brown. Doubles up. Uppercut from Brown.
Welliver just nods in acceptance there. I'd like to see Brown just use that jab as more of a spear, really put it into his opponent before he goes in with the right hand.
We heard in the introductions, Big Daddy Lucas Brown, first Aussie heavyweight to hold the Commonwealth title in over a century. Huge achievement.
That's a great achievement.
And considering this is only fight number 22 in his professional boxing resume.
He looks very subdued, Big Daddy Brown, in how he's throwing his punches. He just seems to be kind of going through the motions right now.
He's a thinker. He's calculated in what he does. I think he's naturally athletic, so he's good hand-eye coordination. He sees the punches coming pretty easily, pretty early.
Yeah, it's very alert. You can see that.
Used to work doors out at Western Sydney. It'd be a frightening prospect if you were misbehaving at 2 in the morning and having Big Daddy come at you, asking you nicely to leave. I think that's actually where he met Ben Damon for the first time.
Lucas is touching him there on the inside. I'd like to see Lucas take just half a step back and throw things like that. That beautiful left up there. At that angle, work off the jab, straight right hand, lovely.
Oh, good straight right hand from Brown.
Followed with a nice left hook.
It's not finesse that's going to beat Chauncey Welliver. It is just brute power.
I agree.
Chauncey up on his toes, a little excited late in round number 2. Back in the corner he goes.
Live from the Hisense Arena, Melbourne, Victoria, on main event.
Big red color, ring. Drink it.
That's your investment. That's the open. Give it to him. Give it to him.
Lucas Big Daddy Brown just picking off Welliver there. Nice right hand. Welliver nodded in acceptance. Nice right uppercut, but as mentioned, I'd like to see Big Daddy Brown just take half a step back and work off that nice hard jab. Straight right hand there from Big Daddy Brown again.
Amongst the plethora of sports stars and business leaders here in attendance, a couple of Australia's former world champions and current, if you like it like that as well, Sam Solomon and Sakio Bika. Just a few of the faces, the familiar ones, here at the Hisense Arena. This is the heavyweight division. Lucas Big Daddy Brown in the white trunks, Chauncey Welliver in the black. Chauncey, a switch hitter. Respect that he changes from orthodox to southpaw regularly throughout the course of a fight. He seems hell-bent on fighting Lucas Brown as a left-hander.
He does. I don't think that's too much. Nice right hand.
And more power with the right hand from Lucas Brown. Just a taste for Chauncey. As we said earlier, 400 rounds, never been dropped. He'll be the first man to do that in some 69 pro fights. Would be quite the achievement. Former K1 superstar Slammin' Sammy Greco in the house as well. Could be a fight that gets ugly real quickly, this one.
Absolutely. If the leaning starts, then it could get very ugly. But Brown is touching him nicely on the outside, using his jab, using his uppercut, using the body shot, using the right hook. So he's got all the right combination of punches. I just like him to take an extra step into those shots and add a bit more power.
Looking for a work rate lift here from Lucas Brown is Jeff Fennick and the boys out of the blue corner. That little exchange took its toll on Chauncey.
Maybe Big Daddy Brown, knowing that Welliver's never been stopped, is just buying his time for a bit of distance and extra rounds.
Try and fatigue Chauncey first before you drop in.
Yeah,
that right hand is using it as a lead right hand. Yep. Lucas Brown. That's finding home, but really no great effect on Welliver at this stage.
Well, he's a big rock, isn't he? It's going to take a lot to move him. Nice right hand.
When Lucas throws the right and it connects, you can hear a thud echo around the Hisense Arena, all four corners.
In round 3.
3 rounds down, and Welliver marked up underneath the left eye.
Our last number just said he headbutted.
Okay.
That's what you three. Which one is that? You hit him with a right hand whenever you want. But you've got to catch him when his hands are down and he's open on this. That's where that speed is. You coach a little bit and bang! Come on, get them feet in the right position. You just throw it from a little bit far loose. Everything else is nice. Sorry, there's nothing. Lucas, RCD one. Oh, come on, bring that. Get them feet wide, Lucas. Get them feet wide and bring that right hand hard on his temple. Hard on his temple. An uppercut up, right?
Cut over the left eye. Chauncey Welliver cut underneath the left eye.
Round 4.
They touch him up
with big smiles.
With big smiles. The round number 4. The heavyweight fight that I guess Australia and Australasia wanted and wants to see still is Lucas Brown and Alex Leopold. Unfortunately for the Lionheart, a defeat on the judges' scorecards to Malik Scott, the American, just a couple of weeks ago up there in Brisbane.
Looks like Big Dad Brown's got a cut over his left eye there.
Yeah, but hopefully at some stage we'll see Lucas Brown, Alex Leopold. I know there has been suggestions of it. I don't know how serious either camp has been in official talks, but unfortunately it's a fight I don't think we will see.
We heard a lot about Lucas Brown and Solomon Hamono too at some point.
Yeah.
Oh, good domestic, nice right hand.
Bang,
there.
bang.
Great right hand.
He just shakes his head.
He's probably seen a few of them before.
His pants are going to fall down. Stop the fight,
please.
Please leave them up. Oh. Lucas with the hands down a little, and he just keeps pushing out that right hand. He's using it as a lead punch a lot, Lucas Brown. He's had success with it, but he really hasn't buckled the knees at all of Welliver.
Not at all. I mean, this is going to be like chopping down a tree with Welliver. You're not going to get him with one punch. It's exactly just keep slugging away. But as you noted, Lucas is using his right hand very well as a lead punch.
Is going to the body on Chancey a real option, or is he too bulky, if you want to be nice about it, to have any genuine impact?
I think it is. I think it is a good option because, you know, he's got ribs under there, and Big Daddy can actually punch.
But they're a long way under.
But if he generates enough power, I think the head punches are working well, Andy. Let's stay up there, eh?
Yeah. Chauncey's left eye is all but shut already.
Yeah.
They've done a good job on the cut of Lucas Brown in between rounds, because that started in round number 3.
Oh, nice right hand.
Again, a big shot, and Chauncey acknowledges that. What he lacks in fitness, he more than makes up for in guts, and also very nice hands when he does let them go.
Yeah, I mean, he knows his way around a boxing ring, obviously, you know, and his physique belies his ability.
End of round 4. Fairly brought to you by Simmons Times. We are in it together.
3, Lucas, 3. Lucas, he's 20 times more tired than you. You're letting him, every time when you do something good, you're giving him a little break chance.
My right hand's starting to hurt.
Of course it is. But I heard you. Yeah. Oh, well, I've got to do it. Lucas, just my thing. Beat him and hook him. But hook him hard, Lucas. Hook him hard. Use your body. Come on. Every time you get with his line, first thing he's going to do is that. Just name it forward.
Jeff's a good motivator, giving Lucas, Big Daddy Brown, a lot of good advice to follow up. Lucas is landing great right hands, as you can see. but he's calling for the left hook afterwards.
Seconds out.
Interesting response from Lucas Brown, saying my hands are starting to hurt. And I would say it's that right hand that has marked up Chauncey Welliver's face. The lead right hand that he keeps throwing. It's no reason why. It isn't hurting. He has thrown a heap of them. And they've been big shots. And hands and the fragile bones within them can only take so much.
Agreed. If you catch someone on the top of the head, it can be quite painful.
Lucas Big Daddy Brown with tats all over the back. He's certainly not the only one. Could be going for a Guinness Book of World Record for most artwork congregating in the one place at the one time. Welliver back against the ropes, and Brown charging in.
No,
Something with his eye.
I'm okay.
He can't see out of that left eye, and that was the first sign that Chauncey's had enough.
Says a lot when somebody turns their back like that.
In his last fight, he retired at the end of round number 5 due to an arm injury.
Nice right hand by Big Daddy Brown.
Oh, doubling up the right hand. They are brutal.
He doesn't want to be there, Welliver.
No, but he also doesn't want to be dropped in his 69th fight for the first time. I wonder if at the end of this round, because he's already looking at the big screens here to check the timepiece to see how much longer in the round. I just wonder if they retire him in the corner at the end of this round. It would not surprise me in the slightest.
A fair question.
Lucas Brown's right hand would appreciate it. Welliver turning Brown.
He doesn't look steady on his feet though, Welliver, and his face tells a grim story.
And he's just getting tagged at will by
nice
right hand. Maybe his best of the night. Brown really opening up on Welliver here.
He's going for the kill now.
In complete control, and would love to be the first man to drop the big American. Inside the final 30 seconds of round number 5. I'd be stunned if we see round 6.
Yeah, this is Big Daddy Brown's most dominant round by far.
And Welliver in a world of hurt in the corner, but he connects with a left hook at the end of that.
He's eaten a plethora of right hands.
You want boxing? You want to finish?
Can you see out of that left eye?
Huh?
Can you see out of that left eye? What? You can't see, can you?
Finish?
Dr. Peter Lewis in the ring.
For a minute. At the end of that minute,
Peter Lewis in the corner there. And I think Chauncey was basically saying to the doctor and the ref, yes, it's time to stop it.
Yeah, I believe that was the case.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's not broken as well.
Fight is over.
No, it's not your fault, mate. You could have a fracture in there. It's that tender. Swollen up.
The referee, in consultation with the doctor, has called this off, fearing a fracture in the eye socket and cheekbone of Chauncey Welliver. And Chauncey didn't want to go on either. He had had more than enough. Lucas Brown has now 22 fights, 22 wins, and 19 of them inside the distance.
Brown pushing Welliver back, landing a plethora of right hand as previously mentioned. I mean, Welliver really didn't want to be there. You can see the story written all over his face. Lots and lots of punches landing at will. Lovely right hand turned uppercut there.
fight will take some time to open. Hopefully by Christmas for Chauncey. As we go centering to Perry.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Fabian Guggenheim puts a stop to this contest at the end of round 5. And now the new WBC Euro-Asia Pacific Boxing Council and WBA Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion and still undefeated from Australia, Big Daddy Lucas Brown.
Lucas Brown victorious, and he did it in style over.
มวยคู่นี้นะครับถือว่าอายุน้อยทั้งคู่นะครับคุณเทพิทักษ์สำหรับซูเปอร์บอลนั้นอายุปีนี้เพิ่ง22นะครับเพิ่งจบปริญญาตรีแต่เอ็นกาบี้หรือว่านากาบี้นี่น้อยกว่านั้นครับเหรอ19หรือครับเด็ก19เมลเบิร์นนี่หน้าตาอย่างนี้ครับอายุเพิ่ง19 ปีนะครับ